Have you noticed something strange? Every few weeks, you become a new person. You make plans, you set goals, you promise yourself that this time, things will be different. You start going to the gym, you start studying, you start working on your dreams. And for a few days, you feel unstoppable. But then something happens. The excitement fades. Life gets busy. You miss one day, then another. And before you know it, you're back to where you started. Again. And maybe that's what hurts the most. Not failure, not hard work, but constantly becoming a beginner in your own life. Starting over, again and again. Until one day, you stop asking, "How do I succeed?" and start asking, "What's wrong with me?" But maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe you've just fallen in love with starting and forgotten how to finish. People love beginnings. Beginnings are exciting. New goals, new habits, new dreams. They give you hope. They make you feel like you've changed. But feeling different and being different are two completely different things. Most people are addicted to the emotion of starting, not the responsibility of continuing. Because starting is easy. Finishing is uncomfortable. Finishing requires patience. Finishing requires boring days. And boring days don't get likes. They don't feel exciting. But that's where real change happens. Not in the beginning, but in the days nobody talks about. The days where nothing feels special. The days where you want to quit. Those days decide everything. The biggest lie people believe is that successful people stay motivated. They don't. Nobody wakes up every day feeling inspired. Nobody feels excited all the time. Even the strongest people have bad days. The difference is, they stopped depending on feelings. Because feelings change. Motivation disappears. Energy comes and goes. But discipline stays. And maybe that's why you keep quitting. Because every time motivation leaves, you think something is wrong. You think you've lost your passion. You think you need another motivational video. But the truth is, you don't need more motivation. You need standards. Because discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And that's where most people lose. Not because they're weak, but because they think they must feel good before they act. Everyone loves the beginning. Everyone dreams about the end. But nobody talks about the middle. The middle is boring. The middle is repetitive. The middle is lonely. It's where progress becomes invisible, where results are slow, where doubts become louder. And that's where most people quit. Not because they failed, but because they expected success to feel exciting. But growth isn't exciting. Growth is repetition. It's waking up and doing the same thing again. It's studying when nobody is watching. It's training when nobody cares. It's showing up without applause. And maybe that's why so few people reach their goals. Because they fall in love with results. Most people want six-pack abs, but they don't love training. They want money, but they don't love learning. They want success, but they don't love the work that creates success. And that's the problem, because if you only love the reward, you'll quit when the reward takes too long. But if you learn to love the process, nobody can stop you, because results become a bonus, not the reason. And suddenly, missing one day doesn't destroy you. Failure doesn't destroy you. Bad weeks don't destroy you, because your identity changes. You're no longer chasing outcomes. You're becoming the kind of person who shows up. And that's more powerful than motivation. Maybe the reason you struggle to finish big goals is because you've never learned to finish small ones. You don't need to change your entire life tomorrow. You don't need perfect routines. You don't need extreme discipline. Start small. Finish one workout. Finish one chapter. Finish one task. Finish one promise. Because every time you finish something, you send a message to your mind. I can trust myself. And trust creates confidence. Confidence creates discipline. And discipline creates transformation. Not overnight, but slowly, one promise at a time. Imagine becoming someone who finishes. Someone who doesn't quit when motivation disappears. Someone who keeps going when things become boring. Someone who shows up when nobody's watching. Because at the end of the day, success isn't built by talented people. It's built by people who stay, people who continue, people who finish. So stop asking yourself, how do I stay motivated? And start asking, can I keep going even when I don't feel like it? Because your future isn't waiting for another version of you. It's waiting for the version of you that finally stopped quitting. The version that stopped starting over. The version that became reliable. The version that finishes. And trust me, that version of you already exists. You just have to stop abandoning him.